Brian Smith was just another young entrepreneur searching for the next big idea when he noticed a group of surfers wearing wool-lined boots to keep their feet warm after catching waves. That simple moment sparked a vision. Recognizing the potential of sheepskin footwear, Smith founded UGG, knowing that he was filling a void in the industry of sportswear. However, what started as a niche product for surfers quickly exploded into a global sensation, embraced by celebrities, athletes, and fashion lovers alike, turning a simple idea into a billion-dollar empire. From accountant to entrepreneur, the birth of an idea. Brian Smith was born and raised in Australia, where he spent his early years developing a deep appreciation for the outdoors and an adventurous spirit. Despite his love for exploration, he followed a conventional path, studying accounting and eventually securing a stable career in the field. However, Smith quickly realized that the corporate world left him unfulfilled. Day after day, he found himself restless, yearning for something greater, something that aligned with his passion and purpose. Though he had a steady job, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was meant for more than crunching numbers. The rigid structure of accounting felt suffocating, and he longed for an opportunity to break free and build something of his own. That dissatisfaction became the fuel for his entrepreneurial journey, leading him to take a bold leap of faith that would eventually change his life and the fashion industry forever. Feeling unfulfilled in his accounting career, Brian Smith made a bold decision. He quit his job, packed his bags, and moved to California in search of new business opportunities. He was drawn to the Golden State's entrepreneurial spirit, and as an avid surfer, found himself immersed in the thriving surf culture along the coast. However, he quickly noticed a key difference between American and Australian surfers. While both groups shared a love for the ocean, their approach to post-surf warmth was different. In California, surfers wore wool-lined boots to keep their feet warm after hitting the waves. But back home in Australia, surfers used sheepskin boots, which were not only more comfortable, but also superior in quality. That realization sparked an idea. What if he introduced authentic Australian sheepskin boots to the American market? He saw an untapped opportunity, one that perfectly blended his heritage with his new surroundings. It was at that moment that the concept for UGG was born, an idea that would eventually turn Brian Smith into a billionaire and create one of the most iconic brands in fashion history. The struggles of establishing UGG. Starting UGG was far from easy for Brian Smith. After moving to California, he enrolled at UCLA's Anderson School of Management, hoping to sharpen his business acumen while searching for the right opportunity. Not long after, he and his friend Doug Jensen took their first big step by applying to become the United States distributors for Country Leather, a Western Australian sheepskin boot manufacturer. However, Smith quickly realized that the brand didn't align with his vision. He wanted something bigger, something uniquely his own. That's when he made a pivotal decision. He trademarked UGG, setting the foundation for what would become a billion-dollar brand. To get started, Smith turned to family and friends for support, raising $20,000 to officially launch UGG imports. But success didn't come overnight. In their first season of business, they managed to sell only 28 pairs of boots, a devastating loss. The problem? Most American surfers weren't familiar with sheepskin boots. Unlike in Australia, where they were a post-surf essential, American surfers didn't see the appeal. They hesitated, skeptical of the product's value, leading to a massive dip in sales. With money running out and demand at a standstill, Smith faced severe financial difficulties. He needed more funding to keep the business afloat, but securing investors proved challenging. It was a make-or-break moment, and the road ahead seemed uncertain. Yet despite the setbacks, Smith refused to give up, pushing forward with relentless determination to turn UGG into a household name. The turning point: branding and market breakthrough. Despite the challenges, Brian Smith refused to give up. He was determined to make UGG a success, no matter how difficult the road ahead seemed. Over time, as American surfers slowly began to take notice of the sheepskin boots, sales started to grow, though not as quickly as Smith had hoped. Meanwhile, his friend Doug Jensen, tied up with other business commitments, decided to step away, handing over his share of the company to Smith. Now the sole leader of UGG, Smith pushed forward with even greater determination. The slow but steady growth of the brand encouraged him to think bigger. Understanding that branding was just as important as the product itself, Smith officially established UGG Holdings Inc. and, in 1985, registered a U.S. trademark featuring a ram's head logo with the words, "Original UGG Boot, UGG Australia." With a clear identity in place, he ramped up marketing efforts, creating aggressive ad campaigns that positioned UGG boots as a must-have for surfers. He made sure they knew that UGG wasn't just a boot, it was a lifestyle. As the brand gained momentum, something extraordinary happened. In 1994, the U.S. Olympic team wore UGG boots during the Winter Olympics in Lillehammer, Norway. This exposure catapulted UGG into the mainstream, driving massive sales growth. What had started as a niche surf product was now a national sensation. At first, 80% of UGG sales came from Southern Orange County, but with growing demand, the company soon gained international attention, expanding beyond surf culture and into fashion, sports, and everyday wear. With this breakthrough, Brian Smith had finally turned his struggling startup into a global powerhouse, proving that persistence, branding, and a deep belief in one's vision can lead to incredible success. However, this level of success brought about its own problems, and Smith found himself facing challenges he hadn't anticipated. Facing competition and business challenges. As UGG grew into a household name, Brian Smith quickly realized that success brought a new set of challenges. With rising demand and increasing popularity, counterfeit products and copycat brands flooded the market. Imitation UGG boots, made with lower quality materials, began appearing in stores, cutting into UGG's profits and damaging the brand's reputation. To combat this, Smith worked closely with law enforcement agencies to track down and shut down counterfeit operations. He took part in efforts to seize fake products, filing lawsuits against companies illegally using the UGG name and design. While some of these battles were won, others were more difficult. However, legal battles over the UGG trademark proved to be even more challenging. As sales skyrocketed, competitors in the industry began questioning the legitimacy of UGG's trademark. Some U.S. manufacturers argued that UGG was a generic term for sheepskin boots rather than a brand name. They claimed that, just like sneakers or sandals, the word UGG should be available for anyone to use, not exclusively owned by Smith's company. The biggest legal challenges, however, came from Australia, where the boots originally gained popularity. Australian manufacturers insisted that UGG had always been a general term for sheepskin boots, and that Smith had no right to own the trademark internationally. Several Australian companies began selling their own UGG-branded boots, arguing that they had been using the term long before Smith brought the brand to the United States. These legal disputes dragged on for years, forcing Smith to defend UGG's identity in court while still focusing on growing the brand. He knew that if he lost these battles, UGG could lose its exclusivity, and competitors would be free to sell under the same name, further saturating the market with imitations. He continued to innovate and expand the product line, introducing new styles and designs that went beyond the classic sheepskin boot. He also strengthened UGG's branding by partnering with celebrities and athletes, ensuring that the brand remained in high demand. Through strategic marketing, legal persistence, and a relentless commitment to quality, Smith managed to protect the UGG brand and trademark in key markets, ensuring that it remained a premium, recognizable name. While Australian manufacturers were eventually allowed to use the term UGG within their country, UGG Holdings Inc. maintained exclusive rights to the brand in the US and many other parts of the world. Selling UGG and the path to global success. By 1995, Brian Smith had taken UGG as far as he could. The brand had grown from a niche product for surfers into a widely recognized name, but Smith knew that for UGG to reach its full potential, it needed the resources and expertise of a larger company. Recognizing this, he made the difficult but strategic decision to sell UGG to Deckers Outdoor Corporation for $14.6 million. Under Deckers' ownership, UGG experienced explosive growth. They had the capital, infrastructure, and international distribution network needed to push UGG beyond just surf culture. Over the next few years, Deckers expanded UGG into global markets, driving double-digit sales growth as the boots transitioned from a niche footwear item to a mainstream fashion statement. The brand's biggest breakthrough came in 2003 when Oprah Winfrey featured UGG boots in her highly anticipated Oprah's Favorite Things segment. The endorsement caused an instant surge in sales, with millions of viewers eager to get their hands on a pair of cozy sheepskin boots. From that moment on, UGG was no longer just a footwear brand. It was a cultural phenomenon. As demand soared, Deckers continued to push UGG into new markets. In 2006, UGG opened its first brick-and-mortar store in New York's Soho neighborhood, marking a significant milestone in its retail expansion. That same year, UGG opened its first international store in Japan, solidifying its status as a global luxury brand. By 2009, UGG's reputation as a high-end fashion staple was further solidified when the brand partnered with Jimmy Choo to launch an exclusive capsule collection. The collaboration blended UGG's signature comfort with Jimmy Choo's iconic high-fashion designs, introducing a new level of luxury to the brand. In 2011, UGG made another major move, launching its first-ever men's advertising campaign featuring NFL quarterback Tom Brady. This campaign was a game-changer, helping UGG break into the men's fashion market and proving that the brand wasn't just for women. By 2012, UGG had become a billion-dollar company, reporting over $1 billion in annual sales. What had started as a small venture selling 28 pairs of boots in its first season had transformed into a global fashion empire. Celebrities, influencers, and everyday consumers alike embraced UGG's signature boots, and the brand continued to evolve, introducing new product lines, including slippers, sneakers, outerwear, and accessories. UGG's growth post-sale. Under Deckers' leadership, UGG continued to evolve while staying true to the core principles Smith had established: comfort, authenticity, and innovation. As the demand for UGG products grew, Deckers made the strategic decision to expand into China, where they could source sheepskin more efficiently and reach a massive untapped market. This move not only ensured a steady supply of high-quality materials, but also positioned UGG for international expansion, further solidifying its place in the global footwear industry. Beyond boots, UGG began to branch into other product categories, demonstrating the brand's versatility and adaptability. In 2013, UGG launched a collection of home goods, including rugs, blankets, pillows, and other cozy home essentials. This expansion was a natural progression for the brand, as it aligned perfectly with UGG's signature warmth and comfort, allowing customers to bring the cozy aesthetic into their homes. UGG went on to embrace pop culture collaborations, further enhancing its mainstream appeal. In June 2015, the brand partnered with Pixar to release a capsule collection inspired by the animated film Inside Out. This was just the beginning of UGG's foray into entertainment-themed collections. They later collaborated with Disney, producing UGG boots featuring beloved characters like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Tinker Bell. These collaborations not only introduced UGG to new audiences, but also reinforced its reputation as a brand that blends comfort with cultural relevance. One of the biggest branding changes came in 2016, when Deckers officially dropped Australia from UGG's name, rebranding simply as UGG. This shift was significant. It reflected the brand's international identity, breaking away from its original Australian surf roots and cementing its status as a global lifestyle brand. By 2020, UGG had expanded beyond footwear, launching seasonal ready-to-wear apparel. This marked a major leap for the company, proving that UGG was more than just a winter boot brand. It was a full-fledged fashion label. With stylish coats, loungewear, and other apparel, UGG successfully reinvented itself for a new generation of consumers. Despite all these changes and innovations, the spirit of Brian Smith's original vision remains at the heart of UGG's success. His unwavering belief in a simple idea, comfortable sheepskin boots, transformed into a billion-dollar empire, and the brand continues to grow in ways he could have never imagined. From a struggling startup selling just 28 pairs of boots in its first season to an internationally recognized fashion brand, UGG has come a long way. Thanks to Smith's entrepreneurial drive, branding expertise, and belief in quality, UGG continues to make leaps and bounds in the fashion world. No matter how much the brand evolves, Brian Smith's dream remains very much alive, becoming a mentor and inspiring future entrepreneurs. After selling UGG to Deckers Outdoor Corporation, Brian Smith found himself at a crossroads. He had successfully built and sold a multi-million-dollar brand, but his journey as an entrepreneur had given him something even more valuable, a story worth sharing. Rather than retire quietly, Smith chose a new path. He transitioned into motivational speaking and writing, using his experiences to inspire and guide aspiring business owners. In 2014, he published his best-selling book, The Birth of a Brand, a deep dive into his entrepreneurial journey. The book didn't just tell the story of how UGG became a global phenomenon. It broke down the key principles of business success, offering insights that could help anyone with a dream turn it into reality. Entrepreneurs, business leaders, and students alike found inspiration in Smith's raw honesty as he detailed both his triumphs and struggles. One of the biggest lessons Smith emphasizes is the power of perseverance. UGG didn't become a success overnight. He faced financial struggles, legal battles, and market resistance. But instead of giving up, he found ways to push forward, always believing that his brand had the potential to succeed. His story proves that success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about overcoming it. Another crucial takeaway from Smith's journey is adaptability. When he first brought sheepskin boots to America, he quickly learned that what worked in Australia wouldn't necessarily work in the US. Instead of forcing his product onto an unfamiliar market, he adjusted his strategy, creating targeted marketing campaigns and positioning UGG as a lifestyle brand rather than just a footwear company. His ability to pivot and learn from challenges played a huge role in UGG's growth. Perhaps the most powerful lesson of all is the importance of believing in one's vision. Smith often says that every big business starts small, and his own journey is proof of that. In the early days of UGG, when sales were slow and investors were hesitant, he never lost faith in his product. That unwavering belief kept him going through the toughest moments, ultimately leading to the massive success of the brand. A lasting legacy. Today, Brian Smith's story continues to inspire entrepreneurs worldwide. Through his motivational talks, he has helped countless individuals find the courage to pursue their own business dreams. His book, The Birth of a Brand, remains a go-to resource for startups and business owners, providing a roadmap for building a successful brand from the ground up. Smith may have stepped away from running UGG, but his impact on the business world is undeniable. He revolutionized how brands are built, proving that a simple idea, when backed by perseverance, adaptability, and belief, can transform into something truly extraordinary. His legacy is more than just a multi-million-dollar brand. It's the mindset of determination and innovation he has passed on to the next generation of entrepreneurs. Brian Smith will always be remembered not just as the founder of UGG, but as a visionary who changed the way people think about business, branding, and success. What do you think about Brian Smith's journey? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.